Dear young brothers and sisters of the new generation of Hindustan, Namaskar. In the last episode of our exploration of the true history of Hindustan, we have seen the tragic mutilation of Hindustan into 4 pieces by the devilish desire for power, as well as the religious hatred in the minds of Jawaharlal Nehru and Ali Jinnah. We have also seen the extreme sufferance of the population of Hindustan due to the partition of the great nation into 4 pieces, because people didn't even know to which nation they belong. They didn't even know where to go and what to do. Such was the tragic situation created by the partition of the great nation into 4 pieces. A nation which was the richest country of the world until 1600 AD. And this is a fact. If Netaji Subash Chandra Bose was present in the meeting of Jawaharlal Nehru and Ali Jinnah with Mr. Mountbatten on the 3rd of June 1947, surely such a mutilation of the motherland did not have happened. This is a fact. Anyway, Netaji Chandra Bose was not in Hindustan when this meeting happened. In today's episode, let us review who was Netaji Subash Chandra Bose, what he did for his motherland, and what was the attitude of Gandhiji and Jawaharlal Nehru towards Netaji Subash Chandra Bose, and who could be behind the assassination of the great patriot Netaji Subash Chandra Bose. So the questions are, who was Netaji Subash Chandra Bose? This question I have added here because I am quite sure that more than 90% of the young generation of Hindustan below 20 years don't know exactly who was Netaji Subash Chandra Bose. Then again, what was the attitude of Gandhi and Nehru towards him? And finally, who was or who could be behind his assassination? These are very important questions, the answer for which every true citizen of Hindustan must know very well. Otherwise, he or she cannot be a true patriot. This is the reason why I have prepared these 3 questions for you, brothers and sisters of the young generation of Hindustan. So let us go to the details. Netaji Subash Chandra Bose was of pure Arsha Farada blood and a true patriot. He formed the Indian National Army to kick out the British by force because he was wise to understand that reciting Vedic mantras to a ferocious hungry wolf had no sense at all. Bose had been a leader of the younger radical wing of the Indian National Congress in the late 1920s and 1930s, rising to become Congress president in 1938 and 39. Chandra Bose was expelled from Congress leadership positions in 1939 following differences with Mahatma Gandhi, who predicted the non-violence doctrine and wanted to apply it to free India from the British. The Congress High Command was supporting Gandhi, and so Chandra Bose was put in house arrest. When Netaji had given birth to the Indian National Army to fight against the British and decided to kick them out by force, Gandhi was in South Africa. So Gandhi didn't know the reality about what happened in the past years, but his non-violence, though it is highly appreciable, was equal to recite Vedic mantras to a hungry wolf. This fact Chandra Bose did know very well. And that was the reason for the dispute or difference of opinion between Gandhi and Chandra Bose. However, since other leaders of the Indian National Congress supported Gandhi, Netaji was kept apart, or he was put under house arrest. And this was one of the moves which was a big error from the part of Gandhi. And this also was one of the reasons why Godse decided to shoot Gandhi. This we will see in detail in the next episode. In 1940, Chandra Bose escaped from India with the intention to enter in Germany and seek the German help to kick out the British from India. In November 1941, with the German funds, a Free India Center was set up in Berlin, and soon a Free India radio also, on which Bose broadcasted during the night. See this picture, which is related to the arrest of Netaji Subash Chandra Bose and compelling him to be in house arrest. A Free India Legion with 3,000 soldiers comprising Indians captured by Erwin Rommel's Africa Corps was formed with the intention of an invasion of India with German help. Bose boarded a German submarine in February 1943. In Madagascar, he was transferred to a Japanese submarine and disembarked in Sumatra in May 1943. Please have a look on this photograph how he formed the Indian National Army. With the Japanese support, Bose revamped the Indian National Army, or INA, then composed of Indian soldiers of British Indian Army who had been captured in the Battle of Singapore. After his arrival in Singapore, he reinforced the Indian National Army by enrolling Indian civilians in Malaya as well as in Singapore. See the meeting of Netaji Chandra Bose with the Japanese officials. The provisional government of Free India, presided by Bose, was formed in the Japanese-occupied Andaman Nicobar Islands. Bose had a great drive and charisma, creating popular Indian slogans such as Jai Hind, and the Indian National Army under Bose was a model of diversity by region, ethnicity, religion, and even gender. See the reason why I have emphasized that if the decision or the plan of Chandra Bose was put in action, there could not have been any sort of religious dispute among the population of India, which resulted in the division of or the partition of the nation into 4 pieces, because the Indian National Army included people from all the religions, and that was the reason. In late 1944 and early 1945, when the British Army devastatingly destroyed the Japanese-backed Indian National Army and reversed Chandra Bose's idea to invade India and overthrow the British with the Japanese help, Bose escaped to Manchuria with a view to seeking help of the Soviet Union, which he believed to be turning anti-British. Many Indians continue to believe that Netaji Subash Chandra Bose was betrayed by Nehru and was assassinated in Russia by the British agents. The recent release of the 100 files by Modi government of India reveals that in 1945, Nehru had written a personal letter to the former UK Prime Minister Clement Attlee, which confirms the said belief. Now, I shall show you the copy of an official document which belongs to the National Archives of India, which is a declaration or an oath by the stenographer of Jawaharlal Nehru in front of the Koshala Commission, which was appointed to investigate about the assassination of Netaji Subash Chandra Bose following a criminal case which was filed by his brother and family. Please see that. Here is it. Affidavit of Nehru's stenographer before Khosla Commission. And see, it is written, National Archives of India. This is the watermark. So this is an official document. If you go to Google and search using this link, you also can download this document. Let me read it for you because probably it may not be so clear when you see in the video. I solemnly affirm and state on oath that thereafter Sri Jawaharlal Nehru gave me 4 papers from his writing pad to make on the typewriter 4 copies of a letter which he would dictate to me on typewriter, with which I also compiled. The contents of the letter, as far as I could remember, were as follows. To Mr. Clement Attlee, Prime Minister of Britain, 10 Downing Street, London. Dear Mr. Attlee, I understand from a reliable source that Subhash Chandra Bose, your war criminal. See how Nehru nominated the great patriot Subhash Chandra Bose. Your war criminal has been allowed to enter Russian territory by Stalin. This is clear treachery and betrayal of faith by the Russians. As Russia has been an ally of the British Americans, it should not have been done. Please take note of it and do what you consider proper and fit. Yours sincerely, Jawaharlal Nehru. This is an official document, so you can just think about the attitude and mentality of Jawaharlal Nehru towards one of the great patriots of Hindustan. Is it not a crime on the part of Nehru to betray such a great patriot who decided to free the nation from the British when Nehru was in England enjoying life? Just think about it. The above revelations also show that Nehru continued to behave as a subordinate and a server to the British government with the only intention to remain in power, and was not ashamed to betray Bose, a true patriot. It appears that Nehru was aware that an eventual return of Netaji Subash Chandra Bose to India would have changed the political scenario, and that would have seriously affected his position. Consequently, Netaji disappeared forever from this world. So having seen these evidences, now you can conclude who could be behind the assassination of the great patriot Netaji Subash Chandra Bose, who was the first to decide to kick out the British from Hindustan. Make your own conclusion. That's it. If you believe, if you think that these details shall not be forgotten by the coming generations of Hindustan, please share these videos and episodes with your friends and relatives of the new generation. In the next episode, which also will be the last episode of our exploration of the true history of Hindustan, we will be reviewing the situations which led to the assassination of Mahatma Gandhi and the reasons which constrained Mr. Nathuram Godse to shoot Gandhiji. So, thank you very much for your kind attention to my words. See you in the next episode. Jai Hind.